Well, the Eagles are adding to the roster, adding more depth at defensive back. That's in relation with Vic Fangio. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to be talking about Big Dom, his promotion, and Big Play Slay with some news on kind of the things that happened last year into what's his future with the Eagles and what's going on. So there's a lot going on here, so let's get straight into it.
We better turn around. Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? I hope everyone's enjoying their work week. I hope everyone's enjoying their weekend now. And, we are a month out now. Minicamp is over, a month out from Eagles training camp. It looks like the Eagles have added another DB to the room, and that is Parry Nickerson. Okay, now, Parry, a 2018 sixth-round pick by the Jets. He's played for the Jets, Packers, Vikings, and Dolphins last year. He played 5 games last year. 45 snaps in one game was his highest snap count, which was against the Eagles Week 7. Made a couple plays on us. This is just another body. I think this is the first time that Vic Fangio has signed a guy that player has played for him. I'm trying to think of any other players, because we thought there was going to be a couple Miami players coming to Philadelphia when we all knew Vic Fangio was getting hired. I think this is the first player that Vic Fangio has actually coached. A lot of these Miami Dolphin players did not like how Vic Fangio was running that defense last year. People didn't like him as a hard-nosed coach, and it seems like the Eagles players are really opening up to him and seeing the structure that he's bringing to this defense and what's going to happen. So, Parry is with the Eagles now, relatively young, and is added more to competition. The more competition you have for a position, the better it's going to be. And cornerback is very special because there's a lot of prospects this year that could start, and obviously your future is behind this whole group as well. And I think we're going to find it coming out of training camp and seeing what happens during the regular season. So adding another DB is a great thing, and can't wait to see more from that group. Now we're going to be talking about Big Dom. Now it looks like Big Dom is not just the security guard for the Eagles anymore. It looks like he got a promotion from Jeffrey Lurie as the game day coaching operations. For game day coaching operations, I guess that's the label, or the title, I should say. Now, strictly as a game day coaching operative, okay, with that title now. I think Jeffrey Lurie did this, and a lot of players love Big Dom. And I'm telling you, that 49ers game when Big Dom, that little thing that happened between him and the 49ers player, and what happened to Devontae Smith, as much as we didn't have any energy in that game, and we just looked like we weren't even ready for that game, obviously. And Big Dom kind of had that little spark for us, at least, to kind of give the players a message like, holy crap, we need to fight in this game. We need to punch somebody in the mouth. This is a fight that we're in right now, and we're at the link. So, it didn't go well, but Big Dom is very loved in Philadelphia, and they give him this title now so he doesn't get kicked off the field. I guess with this title, he can't be excused from games if things do happen. So I think that's one of the big reasons why they gave him this title. Whether he got more money or not, I don't know, but I think that's the main thing. Now, lastly, Big Play Slay. Obviously, we know how I felt about Slay last year and the things that he has said on his podcast, and I don't really like players having podcasts. In this day and age of the NFL, every player has got to talk about everything, and there's nothing wrong with that. But on a certain level, there's certain players that get annoyed by things said by the media, and things should just be left unsaid and go out on the field and prove it. And there was a couple things that I didn't really like. And one thing I didn't like even last offseason was when Big Play Slay almost went to the Baltimore Ravens. He went on a podcast the other day and said he almost went to the Ravens. It was pretty much promised. He was kind of preparing himself to be a Raven. His mindset was being a Raven that offseason. And it looks like the only thing that stopped him from going to the Ravens was Big Dom giving him a phone call. No joke. That's what he said. He said Big Dom gave him a phone call and said, you got to come back. And he was the main reason why Slay came back. Slay almost went to the Ravens. came back to the Eagles, got more money from the Eagles, and played last year. So this is probably going to be Slay's last year in Philadelphia. Slay has been a fantastic player in Philadelphia. Upon coaching, upon everything else, that's been kind of a mess to really set these players in certain situations for them to be successful. And he's one of those players that is still one of the best players, one of the best corners in the league. Okay, there's a lot of, between rankings and stuff like that, there's a lot that think that Slay has kind of lost it. I don't think he has. I just think he needs to be put into the right position. I just think he needs to be coached right, for a specific defense and where he should be. I miss the old Slay in Philadelphia where he would follow the number one receiver all the time, and I felt like that's where he plays at his best. When you drop him 8 to 10 yards back, I just don't feel like he plays well. But we'll see how this year does go, because this cornerback room is filled with a bunch of talent with Keely Ringo and Quinyon Mitchell, and you have James Bradbury still here right now. And a lot of others. And Isaiah Rodgers is making a big push. So once we get into training camp, the helmets come on. We start getting more physical and full pads, joint practices with the Patriots, preseason games. Appreciate what Slay has done, but this was pretty much the news on why he signed with the Eagles last year, and Big Dom was the main reason why. So that's all I really have to say about that. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. We've kind of talked about, Parry Nickerson, the new signing. It's another player, added to the DB position, and maybe they'll try to move him around a little bit. I really don't know much about his background of other positions he's played besides maybe cornerback, if he's played safety, if he's a type of rangy type guy that can move around a little bit. So we'll see once we get into actual training camp and all that stuff. And obviously Big Dom has been a big presence in Philadelphia, not just to the city but to the players, and how they really do like him. And he's, I guess, made a big difference in a lot of different ways for the Eagles. But other than that, guys, if you guys haven't checked out the Philly Shakedown podcast merch, definitely check out some of the merch. We have 6XL shirts now, up to 6XL. We have youth t-shirts, and we have ladies t-shirts as well. We have a bunch of new designs coming out. So definitely check out the merch in the link in the description below. And that's pretty much it. So you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys on the next one. Shakes, what up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.